Hello everyone, Reaper Gaming here, back with another SurrounDead video. So at the time of this recording, the game version is currently at 0.7.0. Now for anybody that's coming back to the game or that may be new, hopefully this video will help you. This video is going to be doing with the new settings that have been integrated into the game. I will be doing other videos, but that's what this one is based on, just the settings. I'm trying to keep it as short and directly to the point as possible. So let's get straight to it. So the best thing to do if you are returning, if you have an old game, go ahead and delete that because it won't be compatible with this version of the game. Once you've created a game, which is best to do and then load it into it, is go ahead and hit the escape key. And the reason you want to be loaded into the game is because not all the settings will be available if you don't. So once you've done that, go ahead and hit your escape key and you should see this menu. We're going to want to go to the first one, which is settings. Everything I do here, I will highlight in the video for you. Okay, so now we're in the settings tab, and the first one that will be selected for you will be the video, as you can see on the left hand side. What we're going to want to do is scroll down, and we should see some of the new settings here. So if you just scroll all the way down, you'll see this new setting here, upscaling and frame generation. The first one is upscaling method. I have mine off. Below that is faded out. But if I go ahead and go to the upscaling method and just click on NVIDIA, because that's my graphics card, you'll see the one below it will be highlighted, and then you can choose between quality up all the way to ultra performance. Now at the very bottom of this section you'll have a new setting called FSR3 frame generation. If I put my mouse over it, if you can't read that, it basically says that that particular setting will require DX12 by default to function. If you don't have that, it will not function. To activate this particular feature, go all the way to the right of where that setting was, and you'll notice over here there is a tick box that needs to be ticked. I would recommend that after you have done this, a full restart of the game just to be sure that it's actually taken all the functionality that it's supposed to have. Okay, so another new feature, if you just go down here where it says other, all the way at the bottom of this, we now have a section here where it says inventory item picture quality. So for those of you who may not be bothered about picture quality within the inventory, or may not be running that great a system and you want to just lower things to get better FPS, we now have the option to go between low all the way to cinematic. And that's about it for the video section of this part of the video. And now we're going to move and stay on this screen. We're going to go to the left hand side here and just go ahead and click on gameplay with your left mouse once, and here we go, and it should have opened this window for you. Now all this may look very familiar to you if you're a veteran return to the game, but something that I just picked up on in my short time playing the video was this feature here, the fourth one down, disable zombie eyes. I'm not too sure what this exactly is, but I think what it's to do with is that in some videos, if you noticed, or in some of the gameplay, that the eyes of the zombies were glowing extremely strongly. If you go to the far right here, you can check that box. This does require a full restart of the game. That should turn that off. At least I think that's what it does anyway, but that's yet to be tested for those of you who were a bit bothered about the eyes glowing too much. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, so once we're done with that setting, just go ahead and hit escape. Should bring you back to this menu here, and the next section we're going to want to go to is the one below that, the difficulty settings. First tab that we're going to want to go to in this particular section, you'll see here at the top left, we're in the general section. That's exactly where we want to be. And now we have a feature in this section. If you go to the third one down, block building at major POIs. Obviously that's up to you if you turn it on and off, as is anything in this game. I would recommend having the box mark checked here all the way to the right, because if you build too much at POIs, I mean, the loot just isn't going to spawn for you where you might want it to spawn. As soon as you place a base somewhere, it's going to disable the loot from spawning within a certain distance, and you obviously don't want that. Very important for anybody that's returning to the game, or especially for new players who may want a bit of a softer experience. You might want to have this feature turned off. For those who are veterans, you might want to have it turned on. Down below that we have this new items section here where we have weapon, armor and muzzle attachment durability. To the right of that we always have these little check boxes here. If they're checked, it's enabled. If they're unchecked, they're disabled. Below that, if you have them all those 3 boxes checked, we have these little slider bars here. The more they are to the left, the slower the degradation. Obviously the further to the right, the faster things are going to degrade and you more repairing you're going to have to do. So for those who want a bit more hardcore experience or whatever your experience you want, it's totally up to you. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, moving on to the next one, we're going to want to go down to the third one here on the left, loot/environment. Let's go ahead and left mouse click on that once. Third one down, loot degradation as days survived increase. So basically this means if you have this box checked, the longer and the more you survive the days in a row and don't die, the less loot you're going to have, which will obviously give you a very hardcore experience. So down below that you have the rarity section. So I've got mine all at abundant at the moment because I want to make some tutorial videos to help you guys out if I find anything. But obviously if you have this set to normal or very low, and then the loot degradation also checked, it's going to give you that more hardcore experience if that's what you're into. So if that's what you're into, go ahead. So thanks for tuning in. For anybody that's subscribed, maybe returning, thanks for all your support. I hope this video has helped you out regardless of whether you're a veteran or a newcomer, and I'll be sure to push some new videos out as I discover more, and I'll try and keep them as short and quick to the point as possible. Thanks again guys, take care, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.